Hi, hello, I'm Daniel, and this is the second part of the tutorial where we create a first-person character controller. Right now the player is kinda floating in the air, and the camera can be turned upside down, and we don't want that. So in this tutorial we're gonna add a gravity force to the player and fix all the other bugs. Alright, let's go back to the first-person controller script that we've made. In order to fix the camera, we will have to clamp its rotation on the y-axis. I found that the values of 75 and -75 work just fine. In order to do that, let's say rotation y equals mathf.clamp, and then in brackets set the rotation y and the maximum and minimum value that we want for the rotation. And that should fix it. We already have a float for the gravity force, but we want it to apply only if the player is in the air. So we're gonna say if the player is grounded, which means that he's standing on something, the vertical velocity is going to be equal 0. And otherwise, if the player is not grounded, which means that he is in the air, and the vertical velocity is going to plus equal the gravity multiplied by time.delta time. Back to Unity, let's see if everything works. But before we play, we need to assign a value for the gravity. I'm gonna go with -20. As you can see, now the player can't rotate more than 75 degrees and less than -75 degrees, which means that the player can no longer turn upside down and break the game. Also, now the player no longer stays in the air and is going to fall if there is no ground. Now everything is working just fine, but there is one tiny thing that I want to change, which really annoys me. You can see if we press play, right now the mouse is just all over the place. And there is an easy way to fix it. So let's go back to our script one final time. All we need are just 2 lines of code. Cursor.lockState is going to be equal cursor.lockMode.locked, and the second line is going to hide the cursor. We're gonna say cursor.visible equals false, and that's it. Now if we press play, the cursor disappears, and in order to enable it in the editor, we just need to press escape. You can play around with the values of speed, sensitivity and gravity. This marks the end of this short tutorial series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.